one team, one weekend, and a whole bunch of records that nobody thought would fall. The South Carolina Gamecocks just showed up to the SEC Indoor Championships and basically rewrote their entire history book. So here is what happened. On March 4th, 2026, South Carolina walked away from the SEC Indoor Championships with 12 individual All-SEC honors. 12. That is a massive number for any school, but when you look at what those honors actually mean, it gets even crazier. 9 of those 12 were first-team selections, and 8 of those 9 came from their distance medley relay teams. That tells you just how deep this program has become. This is not about one superstar carrying the load. This is a whole squad showing up and doing damage. Now let us talk about the biggest moment of the entire meet. The women's distance medley relay. If you do not know what a DMR is, it is a relay race where 4 runners each take a different distance. It is one of the most exciting events in indoor track because you need speed, endurance, and teamwork all at once. And South Carolina's women's team had all 3. The squad was made up of Eline Mast, Akala Garrett, Sylvia Chelangat, and Salma Elbadra. These 4 women did something that no Gamecock women's DMR team had ever done before. They won SEC gold. Let that sit for a second. In all the years South Carolina has been competing in the SEC, no women's DMR team had ever stood on top of that podium. Until now. And they did not just win. They set a brand new program record while doing it. Their time was 10 minutes and 45.64 seconds. That is flying. Every single leg of that relay had to be nearly perfect, and that is exactly what they delivered. From the first handoff to the last stretch, this team was locked in. It was the kind of performance that you watch and just know you are seeing something special. But we are not done with Salma Elbadra yet. Because after helping her team make history in the DMR, she went out and made some history on her own. Elbadra won the women's mile. And not just any win. This was the program's first ever gold medal in the women's mile at the SEC Indoor Championships. First ever. Think about how many talented runners have come through South Carolina over the years, and Elbadra is the one who finally got it done. She put her name on something that will be in the record books forever. 2 program firsts in one single meet. That is a special kind of athlete right there. Now let us shift over to the pole vault, because this story is just as good. Jathia Muhammad came to South Carolina as a transfer from Arizona, and in her first SEC Indoor Championships as a Gamecock, she went out and won the whole thing. She cleared 4.4 meters to take the pole vault title. That might sound like just another win, but here is why it matters so much. The last time a South Carolina woman won the SEC pole vault title was back in 1999. That is a 27-year drought. For 27 years, no Gamecock woman had been able to climb to the top of that event. Muhammad walked in and ended that streak like it was nothing. This is also a perfect example of how the transfer portal is changing college track and field. Muhammad built her skills at Arizona, transferred to South Carolina, and immediately made a huge impact. She did not need time to adjust. She did not need a warm-up season. She showed up and dominated from the start. That is the kind of addition that can change a program overnight. When you step back and look at the full picture of this meet, it is really something. You have got a DMR team making history with the first ever SEC gold for Gamecock women. You have got Salma Elbadra grabbing the first ever women's mile gold. You have got Jathia Muhammad snapping a 27-year losing streak in the pole vault. And you have got 12 athletes earning all SEC honors across the board. That is not just a good weekend, that is a statement. What makes this even more impressive is the variety. South Carolina did not just dominate one event. They showed up in relays, in individual distance races, and in field events. That kind of range is rare. Most programs are strong in one area. The Gamecocks proved they are strong everywhere. South Carolina has officially put the entire SEC on notice. This program is not just rising, it has arrived.